There were a lot of people in the stuffy, crowded DMV office, and many were clearly annoyed by the long wait. Everybody was fanning themselves with hats and folders to make up for the lack of fresh air coming from the office's broken air conditioner. A young security guard, serving the crowd aloofly, saw that the people in the room seemed like they had been there for a very long period. The same old faces, immigrants, filthy work clothes, nervous young mothers with sobbing children were all there. They had worn and tired looks on their faces. The DMV hallway in this regular town had nothing exceptional about it, but the security guard's eyes were drawn to the tall, broad-shouldered figure of an older man in ragged clothing. The man in the faded blue jacket stood out in the crowd. Even though his jacket was tailored to resemble a soldier's uniform, he didn't have the glossy, well-groomed appearance of a Navy warrior. Instead, he looked unkempt and somewhat threatening. He had similar deformities to his hands, which he kept hidden in his pockets, and half of his face was spared with a large burn. Knowing that the DMV office was about to close for lunch, his agitation and worry were visible as he towered over the other individuals in the corridor and glanced at his watch. "It appears that you won't be able to attend your scheduled appointment today, senior citizen," the security guard grinned in response. "This is where Lucy and Denise will no longer be living." Lucy and Denise, two middle-aged DMV employees, had become conceited and seemed to only care whether visitors brought them expensive gifts or cash. Moreover, Jennifer had recently started working at the workplace after graduating from the orphanage. As she studied hard, she tried to emulate her beloved teacher, Mrs. McKenna. Although Jennifer was willing to work, Lucy and Denise took advantage of her willingness by assigning her the majority of the work, gossiping about her appearance, and making fun of it. Jennifer persevered in her hard work ethic in spite of the challenges, earning her the nickname Bird from her colleagues. With 15 minutes to spare before lunch, Lucy and Denise exited the office, ignoring the man with the burned face who had been waiting in line since the morning. The man explained his terrible situation and begged for help, but Lucy and Denise were disrespectful and unhelpful. When Jennifer heard the commotion, she quickly went outside to look into it. Ignoring Lucy and Denise, she called out to the man, sympathizing and offering support. She assured him that all the arrangements would be made for him to arrive at his bus stop punctually. As Jennifer worked on his paperwork, the man sat slumped over in a chair, mumbling something about justice and giving up his life. Jennifer delivered the man the completed document and expressed her regret for her coworker's behavior. The man left the office after thanking Jennifer. An hour later, Lucy and Denise returned from their lunch break to an angry look from the gathered crowd. Customers expressed their frustration, and a couple suggested that they file a management complaint regarding the insolent clerks. The story takes an unexpected turn when the city mayor, Mr. Reckenzone, drops by the DMV. When he learns that a military hero named Chris Dober has been treated poorly, he fires Lucy and Denise and names Jennifer to head the DMV office. The DMV has seen improvements in customer satisfaction and increased efficiency under Jennifer's direction. Jennifer's personal life improves as she comes to know Greg, a charming camera operator. Felix, Jennifer's cat, stops tearing up the wallpaper as they approach. On Memorial Day, the city's mayor honors Jennifer, and war hero Chris Dober delivers a heartfelt speech expressing gratitude for her generosity. The story ends happily, highlighting the value of empathy and compassion in enhancing the lives of others. With Greg's help, Jennifer's personal life flourished while she continued to lead the DMV office with efficiency and compassion. As their relationship deepened, Jennifer felt contentment in both her professional achievements and the friendship she had gained. One day, while Jennifer was in charge of the office, a familiar face entered. It was Chris Dober, the war hero. He had come to express his gratitude to Jennifer directly for her kindness toward him throughout his difficult time at the DMV. Bragg, a reporter from the local station that broke the story initially, was leading Chris on his tour. Chris was greeted warmly by Jennifer, after which they struck up a conversation about their lives. Chris continued to provide details of his challenging experiences, and Jennifer paid close attention. The news crew captured this heartwarming reunion on camera, demonstrating the positive impact that even a small act of kindness can have on someone. When news of Jennifer's outstanding service spread, the DMV office gained a reputation for having a kind and approachable demeanor. The favorable transformation in workplace culture spurred other government organizations in the area to reassess their own systems and prioritize customer satisfaction. The city honored Jennifer with an award in recognition of her outstanding contributions to public service. This fueled her ambition to make a positive difference in people's lives and inspired her staff to continue providing excellent service. Lucy and Denise evaluated their behavior after suffering consequences for their actions and realized how important it is to treat everyone with respect and decency. For them, this experience was a turning point that led to growth on a personal level and a fresh understanding of the importance of empathy in their work. Positive changes were made to the DMV office, which improved the lives of individuals who worked there and the community. Jennifer's team members are driven to go above and beyond to help others navigate bureaucratic procedures because of her collaborative and encouraging leadership style. With time, the once disorganized and unwelcoming DMV transformed into a model government organization that was praised for its promptness, courtesy, and dedication to provide top-notch customer service. The success of Jennifer and her team offered hope, showing that positive change is possible even in bureaucratic settings that don't seem all that exciting. As the story draws to an end, Jennifer is still making personal and professional improvements to the neighborhood. The lessons she learned from her journey serve as a reminder that even small acts of kindness may have a huge influence on people's lives and the culture of an organization. Denise and Lucy were speechless and motionless. Their hands ringed and their coffee mugs shook. "What kind of nonsense is going on here?" yelled the powerful boss, and Jennifer watched with interest. The mayor went on to say, "The other day, an honorable resident of our city and war hero, Chris Dover, came here and you humiliated him." The mayor didn't even want to listen as Lucy and Denise batted their eyelashes in self-defense. The hero apparently missed the bus after all. He made the desperate decision to walk in the hopes of finding a ride. Chris saw an opulent SUV pull up in front of him. The driver was the mayor, who believed it was his responsibility to take the dignified man where he needed to go. Chris Dover was a midshipman in a nuclear submarine for a considerable amount of time. On board the ship, a horrible fire started one day and threatened to spread, destroying dozens of lives and causing irreversible environmental damage. Mr. Dober got crippled and suffered severe burns after putting out the fire. Chris was sent home for a well-earned rest after being released from the military. But he was in for more difficulties back home. Upon noticing his state of disarray, his spouse promptly packed her bag and departed from him. Chris later learned that his former spouse was sleeping with a small-time market trader. She was later spotted with a jobless drinker, followed by another male. Mr. Dober returned to his village and lived alone with his aging mother. He began to drink, but he maintained his composure. He did housework for his mother, but he never gave his appearance a second thought. He dressed in tacky attire that made him feel at ease in the town, forgetting that many people still make snap judgments about others based only on what they wear. His face was scarred, and the locals had become accustomed to his old midshipman's pea jacket. Following the mayor's visit, Jennifer was appointed head of the DMV office, and Lucy and Denise were fired. Despite the additional duties and worries that came with the job, Jennifer accepted the challenge and tried to be courteous to customers. She put together a youthful staff, and the DMV started running smoothly. Consumers were able to avoid standing in lengthy lines as a result, and the staff was commended by happy consumers. When Jennifer met a charming man who operated a camera for a nearby television station, her personal life also began to improve. The journalist went to the DMV to record a piece about Jennifer and her line of work, and the young operator was struck by Jennifer's approachable and transparent style. After work, they had a stroll together, and not long after, he extended an invitation to the movies. After a month, Jennifer and her new partner, Greg, were smitten, and her cat, who had been destroying the wallpaper out of boredom, stopped since he was happy with his newfound affection in the home. Jennifer went to a Memorial Day get-together with her friends, including Bragg, who was filming a piece for the evening news. Being named the finest social worker, Jennifer received an invitation as a guest of honor. She noticed a distinguished man wearing a full-dress uniform when he was on stage. There were insignia and medals on the sailor's chest. Jennifer identified the man as courageous hero Chris Dover. Her heart raced with pride at the sight of him. The hero spoke to the residents today, and it was quite moving. He talked humbly about his life experience and his accomplishments, emphasizing that he served this country and performed his obligations without seeking recognition for them. Being human is the most essential thing. Not everyone has the courage to put themselves in danger or give their life in order to save others. For me, a sweet and lovely girl who reached out to me when everyone else had given up was the embodiment of honesty and integrity. Jennifer noticed that the hero was inviting her to approach the podium as she heard her name called. The city erupted in cheers as the honorary citizen gave her a stunning bouquet of luscious roses after she ascended onto a towering platform with assistance from others. Afterwards, when watching the news in the evening, Greg exclaimed to Jennifer that she should never question his genuine love for her, having caught the moment on tape. "Why?" Jennifer inquired. "Look how beautiful you are on the screen, just like a movie star." Greg responded, "They say that the camera loves a person, meaning the operator is infatuated with the person they captured." Jennifer chuckled and remarked, "You scoundrel, Greg. I may appear to be a movie star on screen, but I'm just an ordinary Jane off screen." Smiling, Greg gave his sweetheart a hug and remarked, "In life, you are 100 times more beautiful." What do you think will happen to the characters and plot going forward? How would you approach the situation differently? Talk about your ideas. They might be useful to someone going through a tough moment. Please think about liking and subscribing for more stuff if you liked the tale. Press the button for the notification bell. We appreciate everything and hope to see you soon.